This was a very juicy episode. Alfred ducked up dinner before Joe had to run to the hospital. Collette needs to take a serious chill pill. And Delia might be having a little Tony very soon. Say what? Get ready, we're breaking it down next.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Does your vagina have a brand? Let your vagina start a band. If your vagina lands in
I just want to say, my vagina does not have a brand. My vagina does not have a band either. But I did love this episode of Girlfriend's Guide to Divorce. What's going on, guys? I'm Zack Peter, and this was a very juicy episode. Initial thoughts, ladies?
Loved it. It was, I think, the most entertaining of the season so far.
Yes.
Yeah, for
I'm
sure.
sitting here with Chelsea and Mina.
Yeah, no,
Mina,
I'm
thoughts?
happy to be here. I 100% agree. It was really, I was just like all my reactions were really dramatic. I was like,
I know, we were like,
my God.
we were
Lots of
grabbing the
gas.
table.
It was funnier too. I don't know. This one was a lot wittier than the previous episodes, I feel like, too.
it was good. And there was dark humor in
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
We also didn't see Barbara again. This is the
We got-
second of 4 episodes, and 2 of the 4 episodes we haven't seen Barbara.
We got a FaceTime.
Like, she was there for like
Yeah. Maybe
barely.
she's filming something else. Maybe she's busy. Or,
Yeah, I feel
don't
like there was
know,
so much going
in
on
real
that
life.
it didn't really matter too much.
Yeah.
She's got an ex-husband that she's dealing with. She's got things.
Her drama would have been too thick, I think, for for this episode.
She's like fighting she's fighting her sister somewhere in a schoolyard. They're throwing it down.
Yeah,
You know,
this is a
I
little bit more
thought that
lighthearted.
this episode was so ridiculously predictable. But
It
even
was.
though it was predictable, I was enjoying every
Yeah.
second of
It
it. I
was
was
still-
living for it. I was
Yeah.
like, this is so good. I know everything that's gonna happen. But I'm not like, oh, this is stupid. I'm like, oh, but I love like what I'm getting right
No,
now.
we predicted Delia's pregnancy with Tony, and it happened, but we were still like, she's pregnant. Yeah, it was very juicy. Okay, so let's get into the first topic, which I guess you can't lead an after show about Girlfriend's Guide to Divorce without talking about Abby. And right now she's currently trying to make things work with her new bae. And his ex-wife, Collette, is kind of making things very, like, she's murking up the waters. She's definitely got no boundaries. Chelsea, what do you think about Collette kind of really overstepping? Is she entitled to because these are her kids? Or is she really kind of just, trying to set Abby straight?
I don't think she's entitled to act this way whatsoever. I
a
think
bit much.
that, it's just way too much. When you have boundaries, when you guys have rules about, I'm going to have the kids this week, you're going to have them next week, like, that's what you just kind of have to stick to. And, yeah, Mike was out of town for one night, but that doesn't give her a reason to come and pick up the kids. Like, this is their home now, and just because he's not there, it doesn't make it not their home. So I felt like she was totally overstepping and just very disrespectful to Abby. Like, there's no reason to be that rude.
Yeah.
So it's like, I understand they're your kids. But Abby also understands they're never gonna see her as their mother.
Right.
Like, because she has the same thing with her kids and with Jake and his new fiance. So it's like, she gets it. And she's never going to try to overstep and be their mom. So Collette just needs to kind of take a chill pill, I think. I'm not happy with her.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's so easy for us to say that, though, because we're so Team Abby. And, like, the whole time I was like, Colette's so annoying. Like, I can't deal with this anymore. But when I put myself in her shoes and I, like, really try to think about things, I'd kind of feel, like, out of place if, like, my kids were at some woman's house that I don't know that's now with my ex-husband. Like, it would bother me. I'd be like, why are they with her when he's not in town? And I totally get where she's coming from. The disrespect, I don't get. Like, I totally, like, kind of get that, okay, it's fine if she wants to, like, go in and get her kids, but it's, like, I don't agree with, like, how she handled herself and, like, how she was being disrespectful.
But for her to show up anyway in the first
Unannounced.
place, unannounced, and
Yeah.
I'm sure Mike had already told her, like, we're going to keep the kids, like, don't come home early, and for her to show up anyways, it's just, like, that's just so wrong. Like, I don't know. You've already had the discussion, so you shouldn't be there. It's just I felt like it was too much, too rude.
I think she feels threatened. I think she feels like Abby's replacing her. Like, this was her family. She did have a place with Mike and with the kids, and now she no longer has that place. She is single again, and now Abby's like the new replacement for her. And I think she feels replaced and replaceable, and I think that's definitely hurting her ego, and that's why she's going so over the top. I don't think it's right. I think she does need to take a chill pill, take a Xanax. Like, girl, have 2 glasses of wine. Like, just tone it down.
Have
like,
the whole
it's
bottle.
a bit. They have glasses that have you.
I got that.
Like,
Yeah. Those are...
do it. You need to just take it down like 10 notches. It's a bit much, and I think I agree with both of you ladies. Like, Abby's not going out of her way to try to take her place. She definitely wants Collette to still feel like she's part of the dynamic, but she wants the kids to feel like they at least have another home outside of their old home.
Yeah.
But Abby is such a control freak. Like, she's
I actually disagree with you. I
think
don't think she's being a control freak in this instance.
But I feel like she's so type A that, like, her, like, loosening any sort of boundaries, like, she can't even, like, nudge, like, in any sort of direction anyway. Like, when she puts some rules in place, like, she's not even flexible with the rules at all. Like, for her, I feel like she's very...
Sending the kids to bed because they have a quiz the next morning is too strong
No,
of a rule, Mina?
No, that's not too strong of a rule. I think she does a great job as a mom. She knows how to parent. She knows how to bring up her kids, like, really well. And those who aren't her kids, her Colette's kids. But I just feel like she's one of those people, like, you just get a vibe that she's very much like, I can't, like, loosen up a little with these rules. Like, she reminds me of Monica from Friends. Like, that's the vibe that I get. Like, she's very lovable, really, like, a great caretaker, a great mom, but, like, needs to loosen up just a little bit because she's such a giver. And, like, her personality type is, like, I'm going to give, I'm going to give, I'm going to give. And that way, like, I also have control. Like,
I kind of disagree in a sense with the situation, because I feel like when you have two households as a child, you do need those boundaries, and you can't give and take a little bit, because then that's when things become lenient. Or I know I could go to this parent and get away with that,
Yeah,
and like
start
this,
to manipulate
and then you
the
kind of saw
situations.
that when Collette was over, and the boy was taking all these like junk food snacks, and it was like, well, my mom said I could. And so it's like you kind of have to like be like everybody, both parents, the step parents or whatever, all have to be like firm in their beliefs and like
on
this
the
is
same
what's
page.
Yeah. And so when that doesn't happen, then you have, well, I'm just gonna go ask my mom, and she's gonna say yes because you said no. But I also think, going back to the whole Collette thing, that I don't think it helps that Abby is like this very charismatic, lighthearted, successful woman. So like if he was seeing somebody that was like, this isn't gonna last long, like I think that'd be one thing. But like Abby is definitely like a winner. So that also is probably a little bit intimidating too. Like Collette wants to be all up in Abby's business and follow her around too. So it's like, or the daughter. So.
Abby's definitely wifey material. She's not some 23-year-old you met on Tinder that's going to be gone in 2 weeks. Like, she's definitely a keeper.
Stay.
Yeah, she's here to stay. She's a mom. She knows how to set the boundaries. And I think, Mina, you disagreed with Mina a little bit, but I completely disagree. Like, I think Abby is really trying to make the best of the situation. I don't think she's being overbearing or over controlling. Like, I just think she's trying to make the best of what she's got. And she's been like a really good mom to his kids, and I mean, we didn't even really see her pay attention to her own kids this week. Like, she's very much trying to make this new dynamic work.
And I totally think it's admirable too, because it's like, I've come from a broken home, and to see someone else want to be around, like not their kids, and like actively take them in and make sure their homework's getting done and make sure they're going to bed on time, like that's actually very admirable. Like, that's something that she had to do. Like when Mike was like, so Colette's gonna come, like she can, oh yeah, totally fine, like I don't want to deal with it, like, so it was really nice. I thought that she actually was like, okay, I'm gonna take him in and like do the work for us to actually be a cohesive family. So Collette is not on the winning side of this argument.
No, I agree. It's just like, I'm trying to see it from Colette's perspective. Like, I'm team Abby all the way, but I do feel like she needs to loosen up sometimes and not like she has a desire for control in all situations. she has to be the one taking charge.
She's definitely a control freak. But I don't know. I think I like that she is trying to make it work. I liked how when she was on a date with Mike, she's like, we need to address this issue and like you need to set these boundaries with her. She doesn't like boundaries. She showed up to the house. She took the kids.
Yeah.
You know, she pretended her
The
phone
dead thing
died.
was
That was
not-
so
I would have been like,
annoying.
okay, your phone died. Okay, now you've let me know you're here. Go wait in the car.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get your kids ready. You can wait.
That's petty. That's really petty.
But she's just as petty. Like, she deserves a little bit of pettiness.
Yeah, but that's like really like there's no
loved-
need. That's all like a
I
desire for
loved-
power to do something like
loved
that.
Abby's fake smile through the whole thing. Like, okay.
That's her awkward smile.
I'm sure it was dead. Yes.
I know. She needs to. I think Collette just needs to, like, back it up a bit. She's a little too dramatic for me.
And then another thing, the thing that also upset me about the whole Collette thing and her yelling at her was Abby actually invited her into the home. Like when she was like, can I offer you a glass of wine? You could go upstairs and help her with her video. Like all these things. It was like she actually extended an olive branch and then Collette just kind of like
Yeah.
shit on her.
I didn't like when
Completely.
Collette said,
Yeah.
well,
Not even a
that's
little bit. She,
Yeah.
like, totally.
Yeah, like threw her under the bus. Like when he fell down the stairs, she like pushed Abby out of the way. It was just very like, I don't
dramatic.
know. Yeah.
I'm their mom.
Yeah,
I'll do
It
this.
was just like she let you come into the house, and now you're being so disrespectful. I couldn't deal.
Well, she did when Colette's daughter was like, Mom, can you come up? I want to show you
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. She's like, well, that's up to Abby.
Yeah, she did put her on the
And
spot.
I was like,
but then even after that,
that's tough.
Abby was
Yeah.
like, "You want some wine, like before you head out?" Like it was just, I don't know. She was very inviting. I felt like, and even then, she still got stepped on. So
Like, all Collette had to do was, like, have a glass of wine, enjoy herself, know that her kids were in bed upstairs,
Safe.
asleep, safe. Like, you didn't need to worry about it.
Yeah.
Abby's not some, crack dealer out, in East LA. Like, she has a nice, like, you're fine. Like, your
yeah.
kids are fine. Like, you need to chill. She definitely needs to chill, and our AfterBuzzers need to show us some love because we love
Yes.
them so much. So, you guys, our network produces after shows for nearly all of your favorite TV shows, literally all of them. And I know Girlfriend's Guide to Divorce is one of your favorites, and that's why you tune into us every week. From
Yes.
dramas, reality TV, sci-fi, and more, there's no network that works harder to serve television fans like you guys. And again, we love you guys, but we need your help. We're asking that you please subscribe to one or more of our YouTube channels. You can subscribe to this one. You probably should be already. This is the drama channel. If you haven't, I'll forgive you. Chelsea and Mina, we forgive you.
You are
You can
forgiven.
subscribe right now. Don't forget to comment because we love when you guys engage with us. And when you subscribe to our channel, YouTube suggests content that's tailor-made just for you, and you'll be helping AfterBuzz continue to grow because we like to grow. We don't like to stay small. We're already big, but we want to go even bigger, and we need your help to do that. And if you're worried about those pesky notifications, don't be, because they're totally optional. You can fix them in your little settings. There's a button. You can just fix the preferences. But you want me, Mina, Chelsea in your notifications.
Oh, yeah.
Because we don't want to miss this after show because you love Girlfriend's Guide to Divorce and you love us. So be sure to hit that subscribe button right now for this channel, the drama channel, and check out our other AfterBuzz YouTube channels as well. Let us know you did in the comments below. We'll thank you on air. We didn't do that last week because you guys didn't comment, but we want you to comment. We will engage with you. We will shout you out. Let us know that you love this after show. And thank you guys for being the best fans and helping us be the ESPN of TV talk,
Love
of
it.
Girlfriend's Guide to Divorce talk.
yes,
We
and-
love to break down relationships and tell Collette she needs to chill. And we need you guys to weigh in the comments and subscribe. We love you. So thank you for the support.
Woohoo! Yes.
And on that note, you know who else needs support, ladies?
Who?
Joe.
She needs a reality check.
Like she's got Albert, and Albert is really good to her. And I think we discussed this like on the past 2 after shows that Albert like really loves and adores her way more than he ever did Delia. Like Joe got, a lucky penny with this one. But yet we see that this week Frump kissed her. Frump kissed her ex moved in on her.
Yeah.
I don't like she
Frump
pushed him
kiss.
off. Frump kissed the
Frump
shit out of her. What do you think, Chelsea? Does Joe still have feelings for the Frump kiss?
I do, because even though he was the one that initiated the kiss, she pulled him back for a second, but then brought him back in.
She liked
so
it.
she liked it, and I think there's still something there. I think seeing Frumkus with their daughter also, and like seeing him like kind of on the straight and narrow, it's just making him a little bit more attractive and more appealing to her. So, but it's just, it's frustrating to see, because I thought Albert was so cute when he was in Delia's office trying to figure out what he wanted to cook for her and like all this stuff. And I still fear, like, even though Frumkus is kind of on the right track, that he's going to get off that track at some point. And I just don't see it really working out in that regard. So I think she still has feelings for him, yes.
I mean, how can you not have feelings for someone that you shared a child with and like all these memories with for
and like
years
had to
and years
continuously build back up after he continued to fall off the wagon. Like when you invest that much time and energy, like that comes from love, and I think she really does love Frump regardless. And you know, that's her baby daddy. She's gotta love him. But like, was anybody else bothered that we didn't really get the full story behind the accident? I was like, did Frump fall off the wagon? Like, did somebody hit? Like, I need details.
Yeah.
TNC, report this for me.
Yeah, no, that's exactly. I was a little bit upset too, because I'd have. So I know Frumkus was in the car.
Right. He was driving.
He was driving, or she was driving?
She was driving.
She was driving.
Yeah, and this is the thing. Remember?
See, there's too much gray area.
No, I'm pretty sure she was the one driving because
she has like her permit. Or
yeah,
license
and
now,
he said
so.
that she wanted to drive on her own.
Okay.
So when they were reporting about the accident, I thought she was by herself until they said that he got injured, and I'm like, oh, okay. So he was with her. Like, where were they going? What were they doing? Like, was it her fault? Did someone rear end them?
Like that's my thought too, because like not to place blame or anything, but like when Joe was in the hospital, like I would have thought she would have been like, oh, so are you not responsible enough to take care of our daughter anymore? Like, I trusted you, like something like that. Yeah. Like, and so I was a little bit lost in the whole, how and what happened with the accident. But
when
and it just sounded so serious. Like,
I know. It really was serious. And then the way it was just patched up, like everything was fine. Like a day later, I was like, what? Yeah. Like I thought she was like.
Well, but it wasn't. I caught that too, and it wasn't like a day later. It was like a week later. Or weeks later. Like the timeline wasn't exactly clear from when we saw Joe at the hospital to when we saw her again in the bakery. Like it appeared to be weeks.
Yeah, because Albert was like, I feel like I haven't seen you. It's because we haven't seen each other. It's been so long and blah, blah.
You're right.
Yeah.
So I was like, wait, what's been going
on?
And
like Zoe was already out of the hospital and going back to school on Monday. So it was like, there was like a big lapse in time.
Yeah.
Whereas like we saw Abby at the party, and then we saw Abby like landing her sponsorship deal and like pimping out, her new face
client.
Her new client. So yeah, I definitely like the whole Joe storyline this week was not.
It wasn't
but
very
the good thing
tailored.
is that when she had like her mental breakdown and was like crying, well, I mean, it's honestly like really horrible news to hear that your daughter got in a crazy car accident, needs an MRI, and has a concussion. But when she broke down, I literally thought that she was gonna hug Frumkus.
I know.
And I was like, oh my god. And then when she went to Albert, I was like, oh wow. So like, maybe this actually means that she wants to be with Albert, and she's not like reverting to whatever feels comfortable. Because he was like the primary person at that point, not the secondary.
Do you think she's afraid of having a healthy relationship with Albert only because she's so used to having such volatile relationships?
Yeah, for sure. I think she loves the appeal of chaos in her life. And that's why I think like, even though Frumkus is on the on the right track, I think she still sees him in that way, and so it's definitely appealing to her. And the thing that also kills me about this whole situation with them is that Albert is so like willing to allow it to be a big family, like a blended family. When she came to her and him and started crying, he like reached out for Frumkus. Like, and it's just like he's making these efforts to make it like it's a blended family, but she keeps kind of like leaning more towards except in that instance, leaning more towards Frumkus. So but yeah, I think she's definitely attracted to the wild side. And don't you guys have friends like, or maybe yourself, that's like when things are going too well in your life, you kind of need to do something.
You need to
make it crazy.
You need to murk it up.
Start a fight with your boyfriend just for fun. You need some like wild makeup sex or something. I don't know.
Yeah, you just need the excitement when things are too boring. Like that's me.
Yeah.
I don't have. I am that friend.
You are that friend. Yeah, I think that's Joe. Like, I think she's just like this guy. I mean, granted, it was horrible duck, but like he's doing so many nice
I know
things
his
for her.
horrible duck.
As she was
just
having her
needs-
food,
yeah.
guys. It was just like,
He's like,
I was like,
duck.
oh my
And
god,
he's like,
he
that's
really
great for.
executed it. But yeah, no. So I think she definitely needs some drama in her life.
Okay, so I know this is dipping a little into predictions because we found out in the previews tonight that there are only 2 episodes left of this final
Yes.
season. But who do you think she ends up with?
do you think we'll even know?
Yeah, they have to.
Oh,
They have
yeah.
to button. I hate when shows do that. They don't
I
button
hate
everything up.
I hate it. Oh, it's like
I would
left
be
open to interpretation.
Yeah, no, I'd hate you.
Who's Joe gonna end up with?
Yeah.
I've-
Who's your ideal endgame?
I don't know if it's necessarily gonna happen, but I'm gonna say Albert.
Yeah.
I think that's something that and I think her daughter will kind of help her also with the decision. But I think Albert is gonna be the winner. I hope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have my fingers crossed for Albert as
Yeah.
well.
I don't know. It's like,
I don't want her to end up with Frump
is her
because he
first
just
love able, like,
love doesn't win, Mina. I
No,
would
no,
tell
no,
you
no.
that right now. Love doesn't win. No,
I'm
I'm
just
kidding.
saying, like, is it possible for him to be redeemed through him getting on the right track, like them having such a strong connection, having a daughter together, and really loving her? And I know love is not enough. Like, I definitely think love is not enough to make a relationship work. I think it's about shared values. It's about respect. It's
About
about
having a secure bank account.
honestly, for some people, yeah. For some people, yeah. But yeah, love is definitely not enough to make a relationship work. There's so many other elements at play. But I think if he gets everything together, like, I don't blame her for going back to him.
Okay.
I really don't, because that was like her soulmate at one point in time, right?
Yeah.
I mean, up until
But I really like Albert. Like,
Yeah.
I really like him. Why is he going to Delia for advice? It's weird.
Well, because that's
she's
her
the friend,
girlfriend,
yeah.
and he used to date her, so like they have an intimate connection
I thought it was
already.
actually really cute. Like, I understand it being weird, but like I thought like he was so nervous and excited about it. Like, he needed to go to someone that kind of like knows her, and it's convenient because they work together. But yeah, I thought that was cute. I really hope they make it. I do, but I'm not 100% like
Yeah.
putting my money on it.
Well, someone else that I hope makes it, just in life and in love, is Phoebe. We saw her date again. So we'll get into the whole Phoebe, Delia, Tony, like, charade, because that was a big hot mess this week, and it has been all season. But let's start, like, with Phoebe at the beginning with her hot mess of a date. Like, he was such a hot guy, and like he was like really great, and she just totally jacked it up. Like, do you ever talk about previous relationships on a first date?
No.
I don't. I feel like it takes a good several dates until you talk about past anything.
Especially like marriage and how it all went
divorce,
wrong.
and that's my third divorce.
I mean, okay, I think there's like a difference.
Transparency.
Like, it's fine if you do it in a way where the conversation naturally comes up and you're not venting to them.
Yeah.
And you're not like making yourself sound like you fail at life and fail at
Sure.
relationships. Like, if it's just kind of like, oh, like, so why are you dating now? Like, when was your last relationship? Like, that's like a normal question for someone to ask out of curiosity. But to go into that level of depth on a first date, like, no.
way that you go that deep.
And why
ever.
would you want to be defined by that past relationship on a first date?
Yeah, that
I
was
don't know.
The past
50
three
feet deep in
relationships.
some
3.
black water. That was like
was-
deep
yeah.
sea diving. Yeah, you don't need to bring up divorce. I think, if the relationship happens to come up, you have to be like very frugal with the details. Like,
vague, short, sweet. Move on.
it didn't work out.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm with you.
Yeah.
Like, you have to stroke the ego, not like let him know
Yeah.
that there was somebody else that's like still taking up your conscious mindset
And
at
then
the
not
moment.
scare him, because once you say eventually we'll talk, and it's like, okay, now we're already talking about the future together. Like, this is a first date, lady. Calm it down. Like, yeah, no, she.
Do you think he should have bailed like that though?
That's
Like, that was
so
so obvious and
rude.
mean.
No.
That's so rude.
He's like, oh my god, I have a work thing that just came up after
It
you went
was-
batshit crazy.
It was so obvious. No, definitely carry the date out, I guess. I never walked out on a date though, so I don't know like what is the like extent you could go to until you're like, okay, I throw in the towel, I have to leave. So I don't like, maybe that was his, but yeah.
I mean, it didn't have to end so abruptly. It could have just been like, it was nice to meet you, had a great coffee, you know, have a great, like, it ended on like a...
Like no fake excuse.
Yeah,
like,
no fake abrupt, I need to get out of here right now. Like, that was a bit much.
Yeah, it's not like she did anything where you'd have to bolt right away.
Yeah, she didn't, like, give you her criminal record.
I mean, I feel like she talked about commitment, and that is almost the same thing for any guy. So, I don't know.
Fair. So we saw last week, she went to Delia, and we had some strong opinions about this. She went to Delia and was like, don't go near my brother. This cannot happen. You need to not, like, you're the queen. You're the epitome of hot mess. And, like, you can't bring that into my brother's life because he's trying to get himself together. But I love you.
Don't forget about that
You're so
part.
great.
We're still besties. See you for drinks on Friday night. And so we see that Tony's like aggressively pursuing Delia. First, we find out that like her IVF didn't work. She'll probably have to go another round. And so he's kind of like a support system for her. Like I was last week, I'm all for this happening. I think she needs to go in for it. I think he needs somebody like Delia that has it together, that's a little bit controlling and a little, neurotic with their life. I think they balance each other out. Do you think that Delia was not being a good girlfriend by still pursuing Phoebe's brother?
No, I think it's her choice. I don't know why. Like, I kind of feel like...
If that were your brother and you told your girlfriend, like, I need you to not mess with him, and she still did that, how would you feel?
I'd be so freaking annoyed. I'd be so mad. I'm sorry. I'd be so mad. I'd be like, dude, like, first of all, you would have never even known my brother if it wasn't for me. So, yeah, I'm a hypocrite.
But what if your brother was that hot and, like, pursuing her?
I see. Okay, so I would have been upset. I think the thing that she should have done, if you're going to pursue him, at least tell me. Like, I already told you I wasn't comfortable with it, but, like, don't hide it from me. If this is going on, at least, like, let me know that it's going on. So I still would have been annoyed, but at least she had enough, balls to let me know what's happening. So,
yeah, like after the first time, not when you rented the hotel room and worked out the sheets.
Or you stopped feeling guilty about it. Like, tell me right when it happens so, like, we could actually have a decent conversation moving forward. So.
Yeah, I agree. I think you go to her and you're like, look, I know you didn't want this to happen. It happened. I just want you to know. I would like to pursue this. Like, have that open dialogue and that communication so you don't fracture the relationship. Whereas now Phoebe finds out that Delia's, sleeping with her brother because her brother accidentally let it slip.
Yeah. Which I feel like that hurts even more because it's a lie. Like, or you guys are like going behind my back. But yeah, I don't think it's something you could really be mad at, though. It's like they're two consenting adults, right? Like, you can't be mad.
Well, there's a bit of girl code now.
With, like, siblings?
I've never been in this situation because there's a 10-year age gap between my brother and me. So, yeah, I've never had any of my friends.
It would be really messed up if your friends were like, is he younger?
No, older.
Oh.
Well, actually, yeah, but I've never run into that problem.
Like, hey.
Yeah.
Too bad I'm taken.
Yeah, same. I'm the oldest, and my siblings should not be in serious relationships right now. And if they're watching, they better take notes. Too young. Yeah, I think Phoebe just needs to, like, she can't control her brother's life like she's trying to do, and I think she's definitely going to learn that lesson. And now we see that Delia's pregnant. And, like, now she's having
Shocker.
Tony's baby. Yeah, shocker. We predicted this since the first week. What do you think? Is she keeping the baby? Because she did not keep the baby.
Well, she wasn't pregnant that time. It was negative.
Okay.
What if it's a false pregnancy test? How accurate are they?
I think she's definitely pregnant.
99.98% accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
I think she's pregnant. She wants to be a mom so bad. So why would she get rid of it?
IVF didn't work out. Like,
yeah, exactly.
She
her
can
odds-
lie
Yeah.
and be like, it worked.
No.
No one's gonna buy it.
They can't.
Especially not Tony.
The only one.
Especially when the baby comes out. and it-
I'm so confused. I don't get how that worked, but IVF didn't. Like, I don't get it.
Well, because IVF,
Because it
like
was
you
made out
take
of
the egg.
love.
Yeah, it was made with love. Love wins. Hashtag love wins. No, well, because like when you take the egg out and you take the sperm, like there's so many other like
Yeah.
unpredictable circumstances that can take place. Whereas like, I mean, I guess I don't
was
know.
she even ovulating?
I mean, apparently she's not that allergic to
I never
sperm.
thought about that.
His sperm didn't die. Yeah.
He's got some strong sperm.
Strong swimmers.
Resilient.
Yeah, persistent. They've been through prison. They've had hardships that they've overcome.
Yeah, they could do it.
They could make it to the egg and fertilize
They
it.
have amazing chemistry. Like, it's insane. It's just like so like obviously sexual but playful.
I think
and,
they're cute
like,
together.
They're so
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah.
But do you think they have the makings of a lasting relationship, like an actual like family that they can build?
I think it's too early to tell.
I think it'll be a lot of work, but I think it's possible only because they're such opposites and they balance each other out in such a necessary way. Whereas I feel like Delia is so strong-willed, she's so career-driven, she is so like independent woman that he really is somebody that can, you know, let her be a little free, let her be a little more loose, and vice versa. She definitely provides a stability that he's not used to, that he doesn't need, that isn't coming from his sister and feeling like it would be parenting for her, for him. And I think it can work out. Whether or not they're both willing to put in the work is ultimately what'll determine whether or not it will work out. But I think it's possible.
Yeah, I think
And
it's
she
possible
cares
too.
about him. She's
I
like,
think,
"Do you want me to put in a good word for you?"
I think they definitely like.
Yeah, she wants to get him a job.
Yeah, yeah.
When a girl wants to get you a job, you need to put a ring on it.
Okay, but time out. So I never understood the like dirty motel thing. Like, especially
Yeah.
when you have money. Like Delia
Yeah.
is a baller. Like,
That
why
was-
couldn't they go?
that was
to
a
the
Motel
Lowe's
6,
or-
yeah.
like go to a nice hotel.
I think that was
SLS,
I don't
like-
think this was Delia's budget. I think that was Bravo's
Oh
budget.
yeah. Because I was just like, this is so, like you're way too classy.
Doesn't she
to
have
be
a
in
house?
motel.
Like, why are we even in a hotel?
Well, I think like she
Doesn't
snuck
she
out
have
for
her own
lunch or
place?
something. But like, there's so many great. I don't know.
She's got her own office. Like, we can do it on the desk, close the door, have the assistant cancel the calls for the day. Like, there's so
Yeah.
many other options in the Motel 6.
The cheap motel thing, I never understand why people run off to those
Same.
for affairs. It's like it's not sexy.
Especially when you're single. Like, if you're
Yeah.
married and you want to bring the mistress home, like, that's one thing. Not that I endorse that, but, like, I get why you'd go to a hotel then. But, like, when you are single, you have your own thing, you're trying to have a baby, like, you got a man that can help you make a baby. He can put the bun in your oven. He's got the cookie dough ready to go. Yeah, I think I ship them. I hope something comes together of these two.
I think it will. Yeah, I think it will.
I agree. I think Phoebe will eventually get used to it.
I mean, she kind of has to. She's pregnant with her first baby.
Yeah, there's no changing it at this point.
No choice there.
And on that note, I think we need to give some of these characters a little token of our advice.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
Chelsea,
yes.
do you want to start it off?
Sure. I'm gonna go ahead and give my advice to Collette. My advice for her is to back off, which she is doing because she's moving to Sacramento, but just to know what your place is in your children's life always. Like, you will always be their mother, and no woman's ever going to impede on that.
Yeah.
And so just be comfortable and confident in that, and just knowing that, you know, Abby only has the best interest for your kids because she cares so much about them. And that's very, I don't want to say, yeah, it's kind of rare that you could find someone that's, you know, a stepmother or step parent to your children that actually genuinely cares about them. So to appreciate that and just back off and trust her, because she's already raised 2 kids of her own, so she kind of knows what she's doing, and she just has no intention to like step in and take over your role for your children. So back off, Collette. Chill it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. I guess my advice would be for Tony, and my advice would be to
Take your shirt off more.
we definitely want to see more of that. But also, like,
And your pants too. No. Kidding.
But you're not.
Not really.
yeah, I feel like he should just, like, you know how he has like this whole rebel persona and how he's kind of like oh, like, F the establishment,
Yeah.
like, I'm doing things by my own rule. Like, yeah, that's cool if you're, like, an entrepreneur and you're actually going to put in the work and, like, have your own company and do that. But if you're in the position you're in right now, like, beggars can't be choosers.
Yeah.
Get a job, like, stay with that job, even, like, you're not in the position to kind of, like, really negotiate.
choose, yeah.
You just have to, like, have a solid foundation first, and then, like, you can call the shots. Like, once you get a little bit of, like, work experience, some good references, then you can call the shots. Don't be so, like, you know, like, oh, this is too good, like, I'm too good for this, or, like, I'm not dealing with this BS. Like, you'll get to that point of not being able to deal with it. Just stick in it, like, you know, you're a grown man.
I think he's stuck a few things already. He got Delia pregnant.
Stick it in. Stick it in. Yeah.
No, I agree. Like you said, beggars can't be choosers. He just got out of prison. He's not going to be a CEO in 2 weeks. Like, he needs to work his way up the ladder and take his time with it.
What I will say, though, is I love that he has a really high level of emotional intelligence, because I feel like he's an empath. Like, he knows exactly how Delia's feeling. He knew that she was lying about not being able to conceive.
When her own friends didn't.
Yeah, and I was just like, wow, that's, like, really amazing. He's very perceptive, and I think, like, people don't give him enough credit for, like, just being good at observing what's going on and, like, really knowing people. I feel like you can meet someone and really know them and get a sense of who they are and not be fooled by the facade of things or, like, what people say.
Mm-hmm. I think that also goes into him actually having feelings for her and liking her as well, where he's, like, kind of knows her on a deeper level than others, too.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Observant and cute. I mean, he's the perfect. He's a winner.
Not many of those out there.
Hashtag hubby material. I think my token of advice has to go to Jo. She's got 2 men, and I think she needs to let Frumpkus go. She needs to let the Frump just live his life independently. You know, I'm with you, Mina. I want to believe in love. I want to believe that love wins in the end. But, like, I feel like in this case, it needs to be more self-love and what she deserves. And she's been through such a volatile situation with Frumpkus that, like, she needs to pick the guy that's actually going to choose her and make her the first priority. And that's not to say that Frump isn't, but so many times he's chosen the bottle over her. And granted, look, he's had a lot of addiction issues. He's tried to make it through it, and it's not his fault. It's in his biology. But at the end of the day, like, she has a good man that really wants to be there for her. And when he's making her the priority, I think she needs to go with the winning guy. Like, he's there for her. He's there for the daughter. He's willing to support the ex. Like, Albert is all in, and I'm all in for the 2 of them. And Jo just needs to listen to what she actually deserves and invest in maybe a little therapy and just, like, you know, really find her own self-worth. And when she does, I think she'll realize that, you know, Frumpkus isn't the right choice for her.
But do you think she has those strong romantic feelings for Albert? Like, even though he's great and amazing, like, do you think she has, like, that? Because she has this intense chemistry with
Nobody
Frumpkus.
fakes a flavorgasm the way she did in tonight's date if you don't love a man. That is love, you guys.
I agree. I think she definitely has strong feelings for him. I think that they're getting a little bit blurred and murky because someone from her past has showed up, but I don't think that's necessarily taking anything away from him. It's just, like, trying to just, like, separate the two, you know?
The past is comfort, and I think she can very easily get caught up in that routine of comfort, and I think that's why she would choose him, is because, you know, I feel like as humans, when you don't conquer something or you feel like something failed, in this case, her relationship with Frumpkus, when you feel like that didn't work out, I think that it's natural to put the blame on yourself. And when you have a second chance, you know, to kind of win that over and execute it in the end, like, you want to. But in this case, like, it's been a quote unquote failure several times, and now she needs to realize that it's not her fault, and, you know, she needs to finally prioritize her own, you know, what she deserves in the end.
This is the first time I feel like Abby doesn't need any advice.
I
Like,
know.
she actually did things right this episode.
Well, I don't know. Mina thinks she's too controlling.
No, not that she's too controlling, that she really needs to just, like, breathe and, like, go with the flow a little bit, you know, not worry so much about having everything perfect, because she's such a perfectionist.
I think that's Abby advice, like, every day of her life.
But,
Yeah.
like, you saw that when she really was herself and she just didn't give a shit, like,
Yeah.
and she was like talking to Collette, that's when she got her sponsorship deal.
Yeah.
Versus when she was really pushing for it and trying to sell herself. It's like sometimes when you try too hard, it just doesn't work. But when you're yourself 100% and you're the most authentic version of yourself, then things will come to you, I feel like. It's not so much about just like trying to push something. It's about letting things come when you put the best version of yourself out there.
Absolutely.
Abby, salute.
Absolutely. And on that note, let's do a quick round of predictions before we close out the show.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV
Predictions. Okay, Chelsea, what do you predict for the rest of this season? We only have 2 episodes left. It's going down.
Left. My predictions will be with. I think I'm going to go ahead and say Phoebe, Delia, and Tony. Definitely Tony's baby, and she's going to keep it. I think at first she's going to try to play it off like she's going to do this on her own, and then eventually, like, Tony's going to be kind of persistent and wanting to be a part of it, and so he's going to be. But I think she's going to try to, like, I want to do this by myself, so I'm going to do this by myself, so just let me, but it's obviously going to fail. So, and Phoebe's just going to be okay with it.
She's going to have to be.
Yeah, so.
Mina.
Let me go last. I'm still thinking.
Okay. My predictions, I guess, at large for, I guess, the series, because we only have 2 episodes left. I think Abby and Mike are going to make it. I think they're going to find their balance and, like, learn how to have this new happy medium now that Collette is out of the picture. It's going to be challenging at first. I think we're going to see the challenges next week, but by the week after that, we're really going to see it kind of balance out, and Abby's finally going to get the relationship that, you know, she's been looking for. Joe, as much as I want her to pick Albert, I actually think she's going to pick Frumpkus in the end.
Yeah.
And I hate to say that,
I agree,
but
it
I really
hurts.
think she's going to pick Frumpkus in the end. And I don't think it's going to be the right decision. Delia, I think, is going to keep the baby. It's going to make Tony be more responsible. It's going to make him step up to the plate in a way that he didn't realize he ever could before. Phoebe's going to have to accept it, but I think she'll be fine now that this new relationship is blossoming, and I think it's going to go somewhere.
What about Barb? Do you have anything with her?
Who dat? No, I'm kidding. I think Barb will definitely come back. I think she'll probably be in the next 2 episodes. And I think her drama with her ex and her sister will kind of phase out, and she'll learn how to find her own independence again. And she'll finally hopefully take back her man and find that relationship that works for her.
Too.
Yeah, I think she definitely deserves that. And on that note, I'm Zack Peter. Thank you guys so much for watching. You can follow me at Just Plain Zack. You can follow AfterBuzz TV on Instagram and Twitter. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel, the reality channel. The drama channel, but you can follow the reality channel as well. I'm also co-hosting Very Cavallari on Sundays, so you can check that out as well on AfterBuzz TV. I'm on both channels. And when you're not following me or AfterBuzz, you can follow these ladies.
Hey guys, you can follow me on Instagram at Mina Makes Magic, and also let me know, like, what do you guys think about Abby? Is her relationship gonna last? Because I don't know if she's gonna get married, and I don't know if it's gonna last, even though I'm happy for her in the moment right now.
Hey guys, Chelsea Stark Jones. You can follow me on Instagram at C_S Jones, and everything I'm doing at ChelseaStarkJones.com, as well as catch me on the reality channel for Real Housewives of New York on Wednesday nights.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you guys.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Keven Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.